All right, should we start the presentation?
Yes.
All right, so hello everyone. We are happy to see you here online. We are representing Aarhus BSS, Aarhus University, and my name is Christina.
My name is Rainer Jasmine.
And we're working with international recruitment and marketing. So let us begin the presentation. This is today's agenda. We'll go through a little bit about Aarhus and Aarhus University. We'll tell you about our rankings around the world. You'll get some facts about the business faculty, School of Business and Social Science, which we are representing. Then Ranier will tell you about the master programs offered in English. This will be followed by a focus on our MSc program in commercial retail management. Finally, we'll give you some information about the admission requirements and some deadlines. We have some other important information, and we will share with you some tips from our international students who are currently studying at Aarhus BSS. So what is it like living in Aarhus? Aarhus is a fairly small city, but it has everything that a student would dream of. We have beaches, we have a nice harbor front, we have forests, within all of it within a 15 minutes bike ride. Also, we're proud to say that we're the student city #1 in Denmark, and that's because 1 out of 6 inhabitants is actually a student. So we have a very low average age, which also creates a very vibrant atmosphere with a lot of events and cultural activities going on all year around. We are 345 inhabitants, and we are a really well-educated city. Therefore, we're also quite a wealthy city, and you will see that in the surroundings in Aarhus. We're truly investing in the city, and we're proud of it. We're also proud to say that we were previous the European Capital of Culture and the world's smallest international city. The university itself is based in the city center. It's young and it's modern. It's from 1928, but it has been expanding over time. So you will see different kinds of architecture. However, you should expect the beautiful Scandinavian design and the bright lights in all of the facilities all around the university. We're covering all 5 academic areas. So we have 5 faculties represented, out of which we are one of them, BSS, Business and Social Science. At our university, we have approximately 45,000 students. So that's a lot of students. And what is great about this university is that all of the faculty buildings, or most of the faculty buildings, are situated at the same place. So in the same area. And this means that you have all of the students placed at one area, which creates a great atmosphere. We also have 12% international students, so you will hear that English is widely spoken, and we are representing more than 120 nationalities here. We're also proud to say that we're a top 100 university. Here are some examples of the rankings that we have. So currently on the Shanghai ranking, number 16 or number 60, and number 19 in Europe. National Taiwan University ranking, number 89 and 27 in Europe. Leiden ranking, 108, 38 in Europe. Times Higher Education University ranking, 115 and number 43 in Europe. QS World University ranking, 145 and number 57 in Europe. So we are really proud about that. Furthermore, we also have the Triple Crown accreditation because we have the highest academic standards in global means. So where is Aarhus actually situated? Well, Aarhus is situated in Denmark. Some of you have maybe already been in Denmark and might know the capital or the west coast. Some of you might even have been to Aarhus. But just to give the ones of you who haven't been there an idea of where it is, it's situated right here in the heart of Denmark, north of Germany, approximately 3 hours from Hamburg. And we are situated just by the coast, which means that we have the beaches very close. We also have a lot of beautiful national parks around Aarhus, and the city center itself is very charming. At the Aarhus BSS faculty, we have 15,000 students approximately. We're representing more than 80 different nationalities. We have 600 faculty and staff members, and we have the main campus in Aarhus. But we also have a smaller campus situated approximately 1 hour away from Aarhus, which is in the city of Herning. This campus is often compared with an American campus. This is due to the fact that it's smaller. It has approximately 1,750 students. It's very international, 15% international students, but also it has some very modern facilities, and everything is based at the campus. This means that the students don't really need to leave campus. So that's why it creates this really nice atmosphere of being at an American campus, because all of the students are there and they're there for the most time. The study environment at Aarhus BSS is overall really good. We have some great employment statistics with fast employment when people graduate from our master programs. Obviously, this also goes hand in hand with the fact that we are a top 100 university. So this looks very great on your resume for your future career. Moreover, we have some really good facilities, very high-speed Wi-Fi, internet. We have group rooms that you can reserve to study in. We also have classrooms, big lectures, and we have a beautiful, beautiful library in the heart of the university. This library offers you all different kinds of luxurious facilities. Among these are, for instance, a massage chair, huge Mac screens, ping pong table, meditation room, and so on. All of these things are free to use because we know how important it is for the students to also relax sometimes and get their head out of the books and do something else. You will experience that we have a really close contact with the lecturers and the professors. So whenever you meet them on the hallway, you should never be afraid to ask questions or just have an informal talk, because in general we have a very informal tone and a very flat hierarchy. So when you meet the professor, it's not Miss or Mrs. Or Mr. It's by the first name. Also, you will experience the fellow students' kindness. Everybody's very open-minded. As I mentioned, it's a highly international university as well. Everybody talks English, so you will also feel that people are there with open arms once you arrive. We have some great student services also. We have counselors who are there to help you with pretty much anything. So this is both in terms of housing, but this is also in terms of finding a student job and helping you getting on the right path when it comes to your future career. And here is a beautiful, beautiful photo of our university. This is taken from the park during the summer. Believe it or not, Denmark is actually with sunshine and degrees above 20 approximately 6 months a year. So by that time, it's really nice to go and relax in the park. And some photos of the different facilities. So we have the great big main campus building here in the left side corner, and just below it you will find a photo from the business faculty we have, where it's very, very modern buildings and surroundings, also with great inside and outside facilities. As you can see, just next to it in the right side corner, in the bottom, we have a picture from one of the events that we host. We have some great events, and many of them are made together with the business world. So we have a lot of companies coming to represent themselves and to meet the students, to possibly find some students to work together with on student projects, or for finding potential candidates for a student job, or for graduate positions. As I mentioned, it's a general, on average, it's a very well-educated city and a very young city also. This is to be seen both in all of the events that goes on the year round, but also in the art scene. And we have a beautiful, beautiful arts museum that you should definitely visit if you come to Aarhus. That's the one that you can see up in the right side corner. It has a rainbow on top of it. And from this rainbow, you have a possibility to see a 360 degrees panoramic view over the city in different colors. So it's beautiful. There is also a picture just below the art museum of the coast. As you saw on the map, we are really close to the coast. So for walks, for water sport activities, or for just going to the beach, Aarhus is great. And now Ranier will continue to tell you a little bit more about our master programs.
Very good. Thank you, Christina. Well, normally when we're doing these types of webinars, you can ask questions during the presentation. However, since we're recording this, please send us all your questions in an email. Our contact information you will find that at the end of this presentation. So I hope you will send us your questions in an email afterwards. Anyways, I will be talking about the master programs that we are offering in English at Aarhus BSS, Aarhus University. And as you can see here, we have political science, and then we have economics and management and quantitative economics. Both programs are economics programs. And then we have a mix between engineering and business, which is called Master of Science in Engineering, Technology-Based Business Development. And this is situated in Herning, the smaller campus that Christina just talked about. And then we have a string, or specifically 15 different profiles within economics and business administration. So business intelligence, business-to-business marketing and purchasing, commercial and retail management. This I will go through in details in a minute. And then we have finance and international business, information management, innovation management, and business development, international business, international economic consulting, operation and supply chain analytics, management and accounting and control, marketing, strategy, organization, leadership, international business development, and that's situated in Herning as well. So as you can see, two of our master programs are situated in Herning. The rest are situated in Aarhus. Okay, so I will go through the economics and business administration, commercial and retail management. And can you click on the next? Yes, thank you. And also the next, and the next. Oh, sorry, we'll go back. Good. So all of the information is on this slide. As you can see, the commercial retail management will be focusing on managerial challenges, and this is within the consumer good industry. Specifically, there will be focusing on digitalization, big data, social media, omni-channels, customer journey, globalization, etc., etc. The traditional division of the business-to-business and to business-consumer market is developing into a mixed or integrated mindset, which is business-to-business to consumer. So this means that if you're doing this degree, you will be able to overlook the entire value chain right through to the consumer, to the retailer, etc., etc. So this is a fairly new program, and it's actually has been in demand from the companies that we're working with within the goods industry. And the founding fathers of these companies in Denmark are, let's see the next picture. I'm sure you know some of these big brands already. Arla, which is a big dairy international company, Danish Crown, meat company, Jysk, you have that also in Germany. We've seen that. Rema 1000 is not Danish, but it's a big company in Denmark. Bestseller is a big mother company, and you probably know the clothing companies as Only, Jack and Jones, Veremoda. So these clothing companies are actually, they belong to Bestseller. So all these big brands here, just to mention a few, are the founding fathers. And if you're doing this 2-year master program, you will actually be able to meet and work with some of these big companies. Yeah. Okay. The big focus with this 2-year master degree is actually a huge student partner interaction, which means that not only from the founding fathers or the companies involved in this degree, they will come in and do guest lectures, but they will also offer internships and do other cases or projects that you can work with them during the program. And of course, at the end, they will be able to offer relevant student jobs and hopefully also jobs after graduation. As you can see here, the internships will be a big part of the program. 20 test points, valid 20 test points. So this is a truly practical program if you're interested in that. Yeah. And of course, if you're interested to climb up the career ladder, this will also be a program focusing on this career path. Just to show you the program structure, all our master programs are 2 years, which means they're divided into 4 semesters. For economics, for the retail management, commercial and retail management, it looks like this. The first semester, you will have 4 specific courses: Introduction to Value Chain Management, Retail Strategy and Commercial Innovation, Consumer Behavior in a Retail Setting, and then Research Methods. The second semester, you can also read which programs that you will need to follow and pass the exams. So basically, the first year, the first 2 semesters will be compulsory. Then on the third semester, you will have this internship or project valid for 20 test points. And then you can choose different electives or different focus or profiles, which is valid for 10 test points. And then the last semester will be focusing on your master thesis. So this is the structure for the 2-year master program. And again, I would just like to emphasize that all our master programs are 2 years. All right, also the next part of this slide and the next. Thank you. So as you can see, these are the career opportunities that we're offering for this program. Specifically on the right side, these are the exact examples that you can actually end up working with or be when you graduate from this program: business developer, category manager, etc., etc. So if you're interested in going into retail and looking into value chain and consumer good industry, then this program is definitely a new and very interesting program for you. Okay, but however, if you are interested in any of our programs, you also need to fulfill some of our admission requirements. Most of them are very simple and straight up. You need to have a 3 or 4 year bachelor degree, and for the economics and business administration, you need to have a profile within economics and business administration. And that's because the specific requirements will be the 6 courses on to the right: quantitative and qualitative methods, managerial economics and operation management, marketing, finance and accounting, organization and leadership theory, and microeconomics. So in order to be sure to get into any of the 15 profiles within economics and business administration, you need to have all these 6 courses, and those are the main requirements to get in. The overall requirement is you need to take an English language test. I think it will come to the next. Yes. You need to have an English B level. So if you take the TOEFL, you need to have an overall score of 83. If you take the IELTS, it's 6.5 overall band score. And if you take the Cambridge, it's 180 points as minimum on the Cambridge English scale. And those are the English requirements. Important deadlines. Obviously, we've already passed the deadlines for this year's intake, but for next year's intake, it will be more or less the same. So for the master programs, and if you are an EU student, you need to apply before 1st of March, and then you will get an answer within 1st of May and June. And then you need to accept, hopefully, the offer that you will receive from our university, accept that before 15th of June. And then you need to send your documentation, your English language test, your bachelor degree in August and September. And this is basically the most important deadlines and the timeline for you if you want to apply for next year. So more or less the same specific requirement, the specific dates, but of course it will be for next year. We've added some important links and information here. If you want to read more, you will obviously get this presentation, but you will also be able to get the recording of this, so you can easily just have a look on these different links to get more information. Okay, it's also very important to say that a lot of you already knows this, but as an EU citizens, you will have the same rights as a Dane. So this means that you can actually study for free at Aarhus University if you get in, so no tuition fee. Normally our master programs will cost 10,000 euro per year, but those are only for the non-EU students. You can even work, of course, you're allowed to have student jobs, and you can work between 10 and 20 hours per week. The approximate living expenses are 800 euros per month. Some will need more and some can do for less, but this is of course up to your level of expenses. We have an AU housing, which means we can help you find housing. It will not unfortunately be on campus, but we have different housing around the city, which is also are quite fine and well equipped. So please sign up for these. It's free, and you can also turn it down if you don't get in. And then, as Christina said earlier, we have this career service and job service. So at any given time, we would actually recommend you to book a session with our career counselors. They will be able to help you do a CV, create a CV or a resume in a Danish context. They will guide you to this job bank. It's a database where you can actually get more information on student jobs, internships, but also, of course, jobs after graduation. So this is a really good service that we offer. And then, of course, they will be able to help you, guide you through the working conditions and jobs after graduation. If you have any questions regarding the specific requirements, you can always send an email to our admission office. It's ma.admission@au.dk, or you can call them on this number. Yeah, otherwise you're always just welcome to send an email to me or Christina, and we will try to answer them as soon as we can. And of course, if they're very specific, we will talk to our colleagues from admission.
All right. So I will take over and share some advice to you guys from our international students here at Aarhus BSS, Aarhus University. So let's get to it. Here are some pictures of Aarhus. And the first picture that you can see out in the left side is a picture from above in the heart of the city. We have the main street where we have all of the shops and the different cafes. Just next to it, you can see the older part of the city where we have these smaller houses in different colors, which is very significant for Aarhus. So no matter where you walk in the city center, please note that we have some really beautiful architecture and some beautiful buildings also in different colors. And when you're walking down the main street, you will also be passing Åen. So it's this little river running through the city center, and alongside the river we have a lot of different cafes and restaurants. So there is always a very lively atmosphere down there, and you can get some really nice food, or you can go out partying there. Just above this picture, you can see some people riding their bikes, because that's something that we do a lot in Denmark. So one advice for you guys when you come here is to get a bike, both because it's healthy to get some exercise, but also because it's way faster and it's cheaper than the public transportation. And just next to the picture with the people on their bicycles, you have the Infinity Bridge. And the Infinity Bridge is situated by the coast, and it's also become a significant mark for Aarhus. It's beautiful there, both for a walk, relaxing walk, but also for some really great photo opportunities of the city and of the bridge itself. Finally, I told you a little bit about this art museum where you can see Aarhus from the top. and you can see Aarhus in different colors. So that's the last picture that you can see down in the right side corner. Another thing that you should definitely give some thoughts to is where to live. So usually the students will be living in dormitories, or they'll be finding private housing by looking up at different Facebook groups. We also at Aarhus University have a site for housing, and that's the one that you have the link for right there. Once you have decided that you want to apply for a program here at Aarhus BSS and you have sent your application, we strongly recommend you to also send an application to AU Housing. This is due to the fact that we are the student city #1. So there is a lot of pressure on getting housing for the students that arrive here. Therefore, it's always a good idea to be out in advance. So the sooner that you create a profile in there or apply for housing, the sooner you will also get the housing, because you will be joined a list that will be signed up for housing. I should definitely mention that it's for free to sign up for. So let's say that you are not admitted to Aarhus University, then you can just cancel your application and it didn't cost you anything. I told you about the library we have that is in the heart of the university with the park all around it. So here are some pictures from the library. And even on the 6 months a year where it's cold outside and where the trees don't have any leaves on them anymore, then you will still have the chance to look at some beautiful nature, because we took some trees and some nature and put it inside of the library in order to create this very nice atmosphere that can stimulate your creativity once you are studying and you have been studying for a long time. The overview of the academics would we would definitely emphasize the fact that we have a flat hierarchy, and the structures is a combination of lectures with the professors and with a lot of other students, and then it's smaller classrooms, tutorials, where you'll meet up with tutors that will go through the content that you have in the bigger lectures. And the students are also seen as active participants more than passive listeners. So this means that you are always encouraged to contribute with your thoughts around a specific topic that you are discussing. And that's a general thing. If you are ever in doubt about something, you shouldn't hesitate to ask a question. All the master's courses are seminars, and we use study groups a lot. So you will be teamed up together with some fellow students when you do different kinds of projects. Sometimes the professors are helping the students to team up, but most of the time the students also do it by themselves. We're a research-oriented university, so you should also expect the professors to always be updated with the newest knowledge. This is due to the fact that they are researching on the sides and also publishing articles alongside. We offer a wide range of courses, and during your third semester, you also have a chance to take electives. So here you will see that we have a great list of courses you can choose from. We also heard some of the students say that we have strict rules. But there is a good way to navigate around them. So strict rules is due to the fact that we have the exams at the end of every semester. And the exams are fixed. You will get some fixed dates and some fixed ways to do the exams, and that's just the rules. And then how you're gonna do or how you're going to do the preparation for the exam is up to you. So in that way, we encourage a lot of self-discipline. So the students will be studying a lot by themselves or together in study groups. But that's just a way to get some knowledge. And then it's up to you to figure out how much you need to read because some students will need to read 4 hours and some will need to read maybe 10 hours a week. So that's up to you, and you will find out how to navigate it. Ranier already talked a little bit about career. We have a lot of different career events. Here's some pictures from some of the events. One of the events that we have is company dating. This is where different companies are represented at our university. They have a booth, and the students are welcome to come and ask them questions. This could be questions regarding study projects, but it could also be questions about a potential student job or a graduate career position. Moreover, we also have the case competition. And the case competition is highly popular. Every year, there is a new case offered by a big company. Usually it's some of the big international companies. I know Pandora has been among them. And they will come up with a case or a problem that they will need the students to make or come up with a solution to. And the students who come up with the cleverest solution will be winning the competition and also getting a very, very fine prize with it. But also during the weekdays, you'll be able to see that we have different companies represented in the university. Because we have such a close connection with the business world, they are always represented somehow. And student job is a great idea to get once you are here in Aarhus, because some of you might have heard already that you have high living expenses in Denmark. So it's true, but there are ways to work around it. And one of the ways would be to get a student job. For instance, you can check out Facebook that has different pages for the different departments. So find one that is relevant for your department, and then see whether there is some jobs or positions offered in there. Otherwise, my suggestion would be to browse through the AU Job Bank, which is a job bank on the university homepage, where you will find all kinds of different positions. And also, you should definitely attend the career events where you can meet the companies and hear whether they have some positions available. For EU citizens, working pays twice. This means that if you work more than 10 hours a week, you're entitled to get an additional funding from the government through SU. And SU is a grant that you will get from the government if you have more than 10 hours of student job, a legal Danish student job a week. Then you can apply for it. But I just want to emphasize that this is not something that is related to the university. So if you want to know more about it, you should check out su.dk. So you should apply for housing as soon as possible, both on AU housing, but it might be worth for you also to browse through the private market if you're out in advance. You should get involved because we have a lot of volunteer opportunities, since we have a lot of events both at the university but also all around the city. We have at the university, we have a student house that has events almost on a weekly basis for international students. It would be a great idea for you to volunteer there, or you could be a buddy for new students coming. Or you can see what's going on in the city on the cultural scene, because they are using volunteers a lot. But work is also another great way to get involved. Then you will get some Danish but also international colleagues that you can talk to, and in that way, get some new friends. Enjoy the Danish way of life, hygge, and buy a bike. I also want to recommend you to learn Danish. So just to translate, hygge, for those of you who don't know the concept, is the concept of coziness. It is getting together and having a good time together with your fellow friends. But if you learn Danish, you will probably also get to know this word and the concept very quickly. So at the university, we don't currently have any Danish language courses, but we know some language schools that are offering it. And it also gives you more job opportunities if you know just to talk some basic Danish. That's the general information from us. And if we have caught your curiosity, which we really hope we have, then, you know, find more content on our Facebook page or on our Instagram page, on our website, or if you have specific questions, please contact me or Ranier. You have our emails right here. So for me, it's caaa@au.dk, and Ranier is rhj@au.dk. For questions regarding admission, please contact va@admission.dk, or for masters, ma@admission.dk. You will get this presentation, so you have our contact information for later. And now it's time for some questions. Since we're recording this, it's going to be a little bit hard, but you know that we are present online, so don't hesitate to contact us. Otherwise, send us an email.
Thank you for listening to this webinar. Hopefully you will find some of the programs that we have talked about very interesting, and hopefully you will apply to some of them. And as Christina said, please feel free to send us any questions if you have any. You have the email address right here. So good luck with your education, and hopefully we'll see you in Aarhus. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.